Please insert drink and hit play. Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BlueRayDismay. Today we are doing Dredd 2012, and I have my two counterparts with me.
The Right Honorable Javier Ian Marcellus Ignatius II, Esquire.
Jimmy.
And Bruno Diaz, a.k.a. Johnny C., a.k.a. Johnny Walker.
Johnny C. Johnny Walker. Thanks everyone
Skywalkers.
for tuning in.
Skywalkers.
Okay, so this is like an unhidden gem for me.
Gem.
And I have to confess that I hadn't seen Dredd up until today, 2020, which is disgraceful given the...
Yeah, you're welcome. I was like,
thank
hey,
you,
let's
Johnny
watch
Skywalker.
this.
Yeah, Johnny Skywalker recommended it, and I don't know how I missed this, guys.
We're doing a full fifth of spoilers.
Oh,
and
full
all.
spoilers ahead, yeah. Fifth
Spoilers
of,
and all.
it's the whole thing.
I am the spoiler.
Jump around between the whole movie.
But yeah, we're comparing this to this is a bottle you got in the back of the cabinet. You didn't know it was there, but then you try it and it actually tastes pretty good.
Oh, yeah. And you want to drink it every once in a while.
Yeah.
Just remember how good it is.
Yeah, it's just
a pleasant surprise always.
The Cabernet.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just the one at the back of the little cabinet that's surprisingly good.
Yeah. And when I watched it again, I don't think I saw it in theater, but I saw it when it came out on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever.
Yeah, DVD, Blu-ray the first time.
Original time. And then I was like, hell yeah, this movie's awesome. I couldn't wait for a sequel, but that never happened. But
too bad, yeah.
Yeah, I really wanted one. But yeah, it's a really cool movie. Just
You know what this reminds me of? That movie, The Raid, where they have to work their way up through the different tiers of the hotel, all the different levels or whatever.
It's a fun setting for a movie to be like, just take on the tower and just get to the top. You know,
Yeah.
It's just it's self-contained. It's easy.
It's a little bit of The Raid.
Yeah.
It's
a little bit Die Hard. It's a little bit of
Die Hard. Yeah.
all those things. It's nice because they've got such an expensive setting, but by closing in on it and focusing so tightly on this one building, they get to really show you how the world is. Just by focusing on this one area.
This is actually Mexico right now, today.
Today. Tomorrow, America.
Tonight. Super cool premise. Basically, the world is in such ruin that these cops have the ultimate authority to be the judge, jury, and even executioner in every case that they see fit.
Yeah.
So if you break a certain law, they can kill you right on the spot, depending on the penalty.
On the scene, they're the judge.
Right.
And just a quick note, I guess, for anyone who doesn't know by now, but they should. This is actually based on the long-running comic strip in the 2000 AD, anthology magazine or whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, this was a comic book before?
From what is it?
From England, yes.
From England, yeah.
Oh, really? So good things do come from England.
Yeah, they do. Okay. All the time.
Once in a while.
So
Across the pond.
Okay, so was that comic book before the Sylvester Stallone?
Oh, yeah.
Judge Dredd?
The comic book dates from 77.
Yeah, from the 70s it's been going on. It's one of the longest ones still going on.
Running, yeah.
Longest running for that.
Running 40 plus years, yeah.
Yeah, for that whatever publication was running.
82,000, yeah. The Dredd comic strip in that.
Yeah, so this is only the second time it's been adapted to screen, but I love this one way more compared to the
Stallone one.
Yeah. And I do kind of like the 95 Stallone one or 90. Or
I am
95.
alive.
Yeah, just in a weird 90s cheesy way, but this one just knocks it out of the park character-wise. From the very limited comics that I have read of Dredd, just sifting through them.
Right.
And through the stores and everything, a couple of them. But yeah, it's cool. Just fun character. I always loved his motorcycle. I think I played one of the games in Super Nintendo or something like that.
Oh, yeah,
because of the movie.
Fun trivia: they tried to make the motorcycle as close as they could to the comic book. However, if they actually made it to the actual comic book designs, it would be undrivable.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because it would be so big too. Doesn't he have a hover bike too, or is that different?
That's something
else.
Just got a regular bike,
Yeah. But yeah, and I do remember the design from the original bike is just this massive thing.
Right.
It makes sense.
So they tried to
design-wise why they changed it.
Yeah,
they couldn't even be able. Realistically, wouldn't be able to drive.
To be an actual real working bike, which is pretty nice.
And I always loved Judge Dredd as a character. He's the good guy, bad guy. Just even in this movie, he's like, oh, I am the law, and blah blah blah, and he does kind of just take it into his own hands, especially the ending.
Dude, who's this girl's sidekick? That's awesome. Hold on, I know her name. It's some crazy name. Yeah, Anderson.
Olivia Thirlby.
She's been in a lot of movies that I'm not really familiar with.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But I think she was awesome in this movie.
Yeah, she definitely did a good job in here. And I think that's part of it why this movie works is they've got a great foil. They're a great foil to each other. He's a seasoned pro and kind of jaded, and she's the rookie. but they necessarily she wants to prove herself. But
Yeah.
they both have their respective character arcs where he grows to respect her as a judge because he passes her in the end.
Yeah.
It's her.
Yeah,
it's her
that's actually really cool. Yeah.
Despite all the times that she would have been
could have
considered
technically
like
been
failed,
yeah.
you know.
And
Right.
she even calls out on it. It's like, yeah, look,
She's
okay.
like, I know I've already failed,
might have
but let's
failed
do
for
this.
What about Mama?
And that's a real winner.
What about
then-
Mama,
but
the
then her-
protagonist here?
Yeah. Antagonist, you mean?
Or
Probably.
sorry, antagonist.
Unless, I don't know, since you are from Colombia, you probably would side with the drug
Yes,
dealer.
John
wouldn't you?
Daniels here from Cali, Colombia. She's actually an associate from way back when, and yeah, she's moved up the ranks, so good for her.
Yeah, that figures you'd see that way. But yeah, like I said, the foil between them is like her own arc. He actually has her commit like which would you and I would consider a cold-blooded murder, and she does it, and the actress carries it off like beautifully with this.
Yeah.
It's not murder. It's
judgment,
It's
execution.
judgment. Yeah, that's perfect.
I mean, it's what
Yeah.
she signed on for. It's what she literally says. She's like, I'm here to be a judge.
Right.
And she knows the world she lived in. She grew up in it.
So would you guys even consider the Stallone Judge Dredd in the same realm or even ballpark as this movie, this 2012 Dredd version?
No, the Stallone Judge Dredd is like a bad parody of Dredd.
Yeah.
It's
was
pretty
a fun
bad. See if
romp.
you can't pick up some clips on YouTube or whatever here, but it's just like part of the thing with Judge Dredd, which they nailed perfectly with this movie, that they didn't get in the '95 movie, is that Carl Urban is such a great actor that he is good enough to like, okay, the character requires to keep my mask on because that's part of the way the character is designed. He's the faceless, like incarnation of justice.
Yeah, yeah. He's always been he never takes his helmet off.
Right.
In
In all the
comic.
comic books, he never takes his helmet off. Meanwhile, Stallone is like, oh, we got this character where we paid this movie star a lot of money, but
We gotta have his face in there.
so we got to take his helmet off and leave
Dude,
it off.
I'm
half the
watching.
movie.
There's this clip that we're watching from the I think it's
Yeah.
95 Stallone.
See, I do like the
It's
style
even-
of the '95
Even the
Stallone movie.
music
Like,
is cheesy.
dude, like his
Right.
costume looks cooler. His bike looks cooler.
Does it?
Meh.
I think so.
His bike looks like a little tricycle.
They're
like a fat
they're
tricycle.
more
His
like
bike-
they're
his-
more cartoony like and like because it's a comic book movie. But
his
Is he
bike-
wearing high heels?
I would love a mixture between these two, between this style and the
Look at
and the
that
new
cup
style.
that he's wearing.
Yeah, I know.
What the hell?
He's like, look at me.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
But
already.
anyway,
He just
I already
stands
hate
there.
this.
the point I was
I
trying to
know,
make
yeah.
was before we got distracted is like they make great foils to each other, and he actually commit a cold-blooded execution. She does it, so you can see her arc as a character, where she grows into her role as a judge because, as they said, she was considered a borderline case.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a mutant, by the way. She's
Yeah.
got like psychic powers.
Psychic-
Yeah, so this is a post-apocalyptic world.
Psychic mutant. Yeah.
After the bombs went off, and like,
Yeah.
this is what is it like? Six
This is
megacities
Mexico.
or something like
this
that.
is Mexico.
And you can
Mega
even
City
see the
one.
flag in the background in a couple scenes in the,
Six states,
in the
yeah.
classroom. Yeah, 6 states, 6 mega states for the East Coast or some
Yeah,
shit.
East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah.
If I remember the combos correctly, it was Mega City 1, Mega City 2, which were East Coast and West Coast.
Well, they said Boston to
Boston to DC.
DC was
And then
like one huge one. Or
and the
something
comic
like
books was
that.
also the Aspen Enclave,
Oh,
which was
wow.
a joke then because it was like the playground for the rich at that time.
Yeah.
And would still be in the future, presumably. But yeah, like I said, they really nailed it with that the foils that work against each other. Put it this way: in the '95 version, we had Stallone playing off Rob Schneider. I was like, come on.
He even says it in the movie.
Animal
I am
Kingdom, the
law.
animal guy. The
He
animal
makes fun
guy.
of him.
Yeah.
Oh
The
man,
animal guy.
Yeah,
The
he
animal,
plays-
yes, from the animal.
He plays the
No,
animal
you
in
mean
like every
Deuce
movie.
Bigelow.
Yeah.
He's Deuce Bigelow.
Yeah.
No, he's also like an animal.
American
dude.
Gigolo.
Yeah.
Rob Schneider.
Deuce
jeez.
Bigelow, the American animal, and also, but
He
yeah,
hides
that's
in
the
a
thing.
Coors machine.
Yeah, like the design was kind of neat. But it's
Yeah,
also
I
just so
like the
cheesy.
style of the movie, but everything else is just like really dumb.
It was poor execution. Meanwhile, this other movie, the 2012 version, had oodles of its own style.
Yeah, it's way more grounded in reality. It's like, oh, what would this be like, and if this is real, and like,
Yeah.
and that's how he does look in the comics. It's like shoulder pieces, like super gigantic, and,
Right. Actually,
and
that's
like
the one-
huge eagle and his
And the
and all
chain
this
on the-
stuff.
It's
and the
like
chain.
so exaggerated. It
Yeah,
looks
that's
like,
how it is.
It looks
in
like
the
a Power
comic.
Ranger.
because it's a comic, you know.
Yeah.
But I
don't
do
know.
love the style, the approach that they took in the new one.
No, the new
So-
one is badass.
Yeah.
It's-
So anyway,
it's
go back to the new
ridiculous.
one.
Yeah.
But okay, what's her name? Olivia
Thorby.
Thirlby. She's from Juno, which I actually saw, which is
Is that the pregnant girl?
yeah, the pregnant high schooler girl.
Yeah.
With Michael Cera and what's her name?
I don't know. Jubilee girl.
Yeah, Juno. Also the
Ellen
Whackness,
Page,
which I actually liked. I don't remember her in the Whackness, but I saw that movie and she played Stephanie in that. And that was from one of the Disney Kids movie. He was like a drug dealer or something in New York.
Yeah.
But also a pretty decent movie. No Strings Attached, which I have seen parts of. I don't remember her in that movie, but I don't. She's apparently in that movie. I don't remember.
I don't know, dude.
And the L Word, which I don't remember her being in there, but I have seen a lot of.
I just want to go on the record saying, even though I've not seen the L Word, I am not homophobic.
Okay.
Yes, we don't want to offend anybody by not
extremes.
doing a review.
Yeah.
We're sorry, everyone, for not doing a review.
I'll review L Word. Hey, I'm down. Let's go.
Yeah, all right.
But yeah, she's been in a lot of good stuff. Besides that, a lot of really, like you're saying, B movies, underground,
stuff, yeah.
a lot of indie movies. I think she takes pride in being like an indie actress. And
no one takes pride in that.
yeah, they do. Why not? No. Take
some
pride in your
people
work.
do. Some perverse people.
No, money and fame is better. So anyway,
Breaking
this
Up
movie
Erica. Anyway, yeah, she's
is
great in
the
this
shit.
movie. Yeah, she plays a psychic. She's a mutant because of all the bombs that went off, and then her backstory is that she grew up in a similar slums like building type area where she understands the way the world works, and that's why she is doing what she's doing. Like that's what her propels her to go forward. Like she's like even though I'm barely cut out to be a Dredd, she's like I'll still do it anyway because there's good people out there, and I think that has to do with how she saves Domhnall Gleeson at the end of the movie, the tech guy who has cybernetic eyes that you kept pointing out that they kept flashing back where they took out his eyes, and then she realized at the end of the movie she's like, no, this dude's just a hostage, and they literally just like blinded this guy.
She should have just killed him.
And then no, she set him free. It's like he's been through enough. Like she read his mind. She was like she passed her judgment.
She kind of That's the thing. That's the point she makes, and that might be the turning point for like Dredd. Realizing, okay,
that she took her own. She has the autonomy to make her own educated decisions, even though it might not be in the best light in front of her assessor.
Right. And in the other parts where he's like the people are coming down the stairs. He's like, what's the deal?
Right.
And she's like, okay, throw the gas.
She's good, man.
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
I would have passed her with
he
flying
kept
colors.
testing her throughout the whole movie.
I would have
and
passed her right after she shot that dude in the face. That father, like blast his ass.
Father of one, not anymore. Yeah.
But I love the designs of the movie, love the motorcycles, love the guns, just love the world that they created.
The designs are a little bit more practical. I mean,
way more practical, way more practical.
I mean,
than the version of the 95 version.
Versus the comic versions, which you can only.
He has the giant eagle on his shoulder, but it's just not.
It's not a
giant gold eagle.
Right.
It's not as gilded. It's more like it's there, but everything seems more functional.
So dude, where he melts his face with the what is it? What did he call it?
Incendiary.
Hot shot. No,
the hot shot. Yeah, the hot
shot
shot bullet.
Yeah.
That's fucking sweet.
Yeah.
I guess he only had one of those.
I'm surprised they didn't make more of these, man. Honestly, like even on a low budget.
There was a big thing with the director, the two directors, Alex Garland and and sorry, I forget the name of the other guy.
Oh, disgraceful.
I know.
Yeah, I thought we were supposed to be doing homework on this.
Come on.
That's all right. We're going into this cold, and we're like just gonna do whatever we can. We're just babbling incoherently and drunkenly at this point. Because we're on Dredd. But yeah, going back to the cast, like you mentioned, Domhnall Gleeson is like he actually did a credible job in this as being like very competent, but also very victimized.
Pete Travis was the main director of this movie.
So looking at Domhnall Gleeson's performances and everything not Star Wars, I'm like, oh, okay, so it's just Abrams who can't direct him.
No, he's been great, dude. He's
been great in other things.
What was the old-timey movie with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah,
Revenant.
Wait,
Revenant.
Revenant.
He was good in that. He was
which
small
one
role.
are you talking about? Who are you guys talking
the
about?
tech dude with the guy's
techie
eyes.
dude?
Yeah.
I don't recognize him in any other.
He was in this movie called Frank, which I really love. Which has what's his name from Mad Men? The main guy.
I also didn't watch Mad Men because
who knows?
I haven't had cable in quite some time, and I'm
he was 30 Rock.
Happier.
He was on 30 Rock.
Like I said, I haven't had cable TV in some time.
All right, whatever. You watched 30 Rock? Come on.
30 Rock, but on Netflix. So
Domhnall Gleeson, he's really good. This movie Frank, he's really good in it. It's an indie movie. It's about like musicians and everything, and like this guy wears a dead mouse mask.
Boring.
He's really good in that movie.
Right.
Domhnall Gleeson, shout out to Frank, and also Star Wars, and also Revenant, and also what was the other movie he was in?
Something else. The point being, like, I've seen him be great in other movies and then mediocre in Star Wars.
Yeah, he's always usually good. Yeah.
So I'm just blaming Abrams. That's my point, to get cheap shots on Star Wars.
J.J. Abrams, dude, I think he did awesome with Star Trek and Star Trek 2.
And speaking of cheap shots on other properties, we're going to go to Game of Thrones now because our antagonist here, Lena Headey, Mama, was
Dude,
aside
she
from
is
being
like the hottest crackhead I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
She dyed her hair. She dyed her hair red for the movie.
Dude,
on a scale of 1 to 10 rocks.
Even though it looks black the whole time.
1 to 10 rocks.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah. But no, seriously, she does a good job, and she was, as you know, Cersei Lannister in Game of Thrones, which apparently John here has not seen. Silence. Yeah, but you should actually check it out because she's got a certain similar aspects of her character. She does play powerful women very well. So there's at the risk of being typecast, she does have that kind of role. She's also in 300, correct?
Was she? I think so.
Well, is she?
Yeah. She's like one of the. She's the wife,
Leonidas'
right?
wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the first 300, she's his wife?
Yeah. The main
Where she
girl.
stabs, she's like, "This will not be fun.
Yeah.
I am not your queen."
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. She's always a queen.
That's her?
Yeah.
Dude, that's scandalous.
She's always head lady.
Yeah. So she's.
Dude, now I'm
Leah
scared
Headey.
of her.
Yeah, you should be. But yeah, as I said, she's got that sort of gift. I mean, at the risk of being typecast, she does play powerful women well, and also making them like sympathetic. I mean,
Michael Biehn auditioned for this role, which would have been cool.
Wait, he was the lead guy?
For audition for Dredd for this movie.
You can. He's always a support. He's always the best.
He would have been
supporting.
almost too old, maybe. Oh no.
Yeah.
No,
I
because
think that would have been fine.
You wouldn't see his face.
Yeah. All you need is a
Oh,
beard.
Michael Biehn. I thought you were talking about Sean Bean. Oh, okay,
No,
okay.
Michael Biehn. You could give him the touch of gray.
No, dude, he can never. He's always
Give him
the
the touch
second.
of gray, you know.
yeah.
Michael
As a
Biehn
beard,
is
he'd be
great
fine.
as the supporting. He could have been, the
No,
supporting.
if you're under a mask the whole time or whatever.
I don't know. He's great. I think he's awesome.
I love Michael Biehn. Yeah.
He's awesome.
Alex Garland was the main other director of this movie.
Jesus
Sorry.
Christ. Wouldn't
And then he did the main credits for the editing process, which there was actually like a big internal feud between the other director.
How are there two directors on one film? That doesn't work.
Well, it kind of wasn't. It was mainly what is his name? Pete Travis.
Right. Dude, if you're gonna talk this shit, write it down.
I know, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Write it down, you drunkie.
Well, you don't know the name of the director.
I'm
How
not
do you not?
talking
I'm
about
not
it.
talking about the director. So
We're talking about the movie.
talking about the movie. Let me tell you about the movie. Body Count 102.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And to credit the gun that they have as their standard issue, Javier, I believe you said it was a Glock 17?
The Glock 17 gussied up with extra bits of plastic
Woo,
tacked
woo,
on.
woo.
So yeah,
Glock will never let you down.
yeah, that's true. Although sadly, I have not been able to buy a Glock with multiple ammo options yet.
Dude, as soon as they release it, I'll buy it.
Yeah. It's really cool. Like I said, one thing I noticed about this is that, just fun. Another fun fact: it was filmed in South Africa. That's pretty cool.
It was filmed in South Africa?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So that was neat. And if you notice, like the neighborhood and the block was actually very ethnically diverse. You had white people, you had black people, you had people of other ethnicities.
Yeah.
So it was just like an all around like.
So why Alex Garland is, I think, way better than the other director guy that made this movie. He was main editor for this movie, and he didn't want to take a co-director, like headline for this movie, but I think they eventually did settle on that. There was like internal conflicts between the studio and the director or something weird. And the director actually sat in on the editing process that Alex Garland was doing for his own movie. He wasn't editing his own movie. It was kind of like pretty weird. But Alex Garland would go on to do Ex Machina, which starred Domhnall Gleeson. That's why he's in Ex Machina, is because of this movie. And Annihilation, he did, which is very good. And then 28 Days Later, which I've only seen parts of, which is not as good as the original, but still very good.
You mean 28 weeks later then?
28 Days Later. No, 28 Days Later. Sorry.
One? Was Days
That's the first one, right? 2002?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Garland. Okay.
The Scarecrow?
28 Days Later. Yeah.
No, it's like 2002. It's like 10 years before this.
Then that's not.
28 weeks later is what you're looking
Oh,
at.
no, that's a writer. Sorry, he's a writer.
Yeah,
Writer credit on that. Sorry.
Yeah.
So these are the movies he worked on. Yeah. Why I'm saying his name.
So the point I'm getting is all this.
Also,
background-
Sunshine. Sunshine's a good movie. Writer on that movie.
Underrated, yeah.
And 28 Weeks Later also.
So the point being, all this backstage fuckery and drama is probably why we didn't get a sequel.
Yeah, too bad, man, because it was a great flick. And in
Yeah.
fact, I'm going to order it on 4K here.
It's fun to watch. And I think that's the other reason that's a great flick is that it's like the 95 Judge the Stallone one was too cartoony. This one has this like weird trippy moments, but they're on drugs.
Yeah.
And so it gets really arty, but it's also kind of gritty too, which really makes a nice contrast where you got this colorful like drug-induced hallucination.
Yeah.
And everything's all beautiful in colors, but at the same time, there's people getting shot and dying in like pretty bloody and nasty ways.
Yeah.
And there's some like really brutal shots and like moments in here to realize, just to emphasize how kind of world this is.
Dude,
So
this
like
is
the nice
real life in
contrast.
Mexico right now, today.
Yeah.
Swear to God.
It's just they deal with the contrast pretty well. So that's why I thought that was handled like definitely. So a lot of the things in this movie were just done correctly in the best way possible to make it plausible that you're watching the comic book come to life.
Dude, you know what makes it plausible is that this happens in Mexico every day, even tonight.
Also, he wrote The Beach, which is crazy.
Is that with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, he wrote the novel The Beach.
There's a book.
Yeah,
There's
which the
books
movie was
before
based.
movies?
There's a movie with the
What the beep?
movie
It's
is
like,
based off.
you know,
of.
it's like
So
Girls
the
Before
guy
Hers.
that did Dredd.
Dude,
did
what's a
The
book? All
Beach.
I know is YouTube.
I know.
a book. It's like a dead internet.
I don't
made
read.
of trees.
I don't read that stuff.
Also, a
It's
couple
too
of video
heavy.
games: Enslaved, Odyssey to the West, and Devil May Cry 2013.
Oh, Devil May Cry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cool.
fun stuff.
All right, guys, we are around.
but that's why I like him, and he uses Domhnall Gleeson in Ex Machina,
Man,
which
you
I think
mentioned
he's
this Don Wall dude like 9 times. He's the computer nerd guy?
yeah.
Okay.
You
Are you
kept
going to
talking
propose to him on
His
on the air?
other famous movies, indie movies that I really liked. He's in a bunch of. Are apparently tied to this guy that edited Dredd that I didn't know much about till recently.
Huh. All right. We're approaching the 20-minute mark here, guys. Did you guys want to go into final thoughts and ratings, or did you want to talk about this Don Wall Gleason character more?
Final rating. Not to give this a solid. Was it maybe a? That's a good question. To pass judgment on this movie.
Yeah. What's your judgment on this one?
Judgment.
What about Lena Headey? You can talk about her some more.
Oh, we did. I mean, we can. I mean, she's in Game of Thrones. She's in 300. We went through this. I mean, she plays strong women well.
Yeah, she's always like the queen, warrior lady-ish,
Right.
finest crackhead you'll ever see.
Yeah. she's convenient. She's an
She's good,
engaging
man.
actress,
She's
yeah.
extremely convincing. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, there's
She
no
plays
doubt.
this part perfectly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is perfect. I mean, I think she's
Yeah.
a crackhead in real life based on this role. Right? It's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully.
I'd love to see a movie with like Lena Headey and Charlize Theron playing like CEOs fighting each other.
Oh yeah.
That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Like
be
Al
funny.
Pacino and what's her name from Any Given Sunday?
yeah. Yeah.
Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, so rating wise, I'm
Cameron
conflicted
Diaz.
on it. It's like it's got to be at least a 7.5, but I'm kind of tempted to give it an 8.
Oh
because
man, at
Oh,
least
what?
yeah,
Yeah.
more,
Oh, I'll give this a
more.
Oh wait,
an 8. I'm
I'll
not
give you my
gonna
rating.
give it an 8.25. I mean, I sent you to buy it.
8.25. Okay, JVR. Thank you very much for that 8.25. Johnny Skywalker. Any final thoughts and or final ratings?
Straight 8.5 on this one. Almost a 9. If it was only a little bit longer, in some parts I did feel like I wish they used the slow-mo effect a little more, and that crazy like trippy color thing, the effect that they use, and it sucks because like they're like, oh, this crazy really powerful drug, and then anytime you see people use it in the movie, which is like I guess anti-drug warning, is like they're always like in the middle of a car chase or getting fucked up or like getting tortured for thousands of like minutes, or it's like 1/1000th of what does it do? Slow 1% of time
It
or
slows
something
your
like
brain
that.
down to one processing
Yeah.
percent.
Yeah,
percent
so
of 1%.
you're experiencing everything as 1% of the time as you are. So, and the way they portray it in this movie is like when the dudes are getting shot in the face or tortured, he
Or thrown off a building.
he literally gives her the drug, and that's why he's like kind of the good guy bad guy thing. He's like nah, fuck you, lady. He's like, I'm gonna give you your drug that you're literally producing, like mass producing. This is where you make it, and poisoning the city. And he's like, just give it to you and throw you out the window. And he's like, that's your judgment, or that's his judgment. For my judgment for this movie, yeah, 8.5 straight up. Love the Anderson sidekick girl, her psychic ability, and everything that they use that with her character in this movie just works perfectly. He calls her rookie throughout the whole time.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
He doesn't. I think he calls her
What's your
Anderson,
call, rookie?
like, in the beginning and the end. I
Yeah.
think. 96 minutes, the same length as the original movie, which is kind of weird. But yeah.
Okay, so 8.5, and JVR, you said 8.25?
Yep.
Okay, guys, John Daniels here from Cali, Colombia. I have to rate this movie a 9 out of 10 solid, 9 out of 10 easy, 9 out of 10 straight action, straight craziness. The story is believable. Again, Mexico. The characters do an excellent role in each one of their parts for this film. It's just nuts, right? I mean, it's crazy, it's cool, and if you like a good, quick, strong, and substantial action flick, Dredd is the way to go. And again, I'm terribly embarrassed that I just missed this gem. I've never seen it up until this morning. I hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Johnny Skywalker.
Yeah, I was like, this is straight up your alley. I was like, all right, let's watch. And it's been a long time for me. Why I wanted to watch it again. I was like, hell yeah, let's watch this movie.
I think the reason it didn't catch my eye at first because I wasn't a big fan, I guess, of the Stallone one. So I'm like, oh god, this is remake.
Yeah, no, even the people that like the comics.
I don't even remember why. I mean, that's how long ago that's how long it's been. I don't even remember watching the Stallone one.
I just remember it being stupid fun for me when I was a kid.
I remember being massively disappointed.
Yeah.
Massively
so I think that's why I didn't catch my eye on this one, but I will be ordering this on 4K, and it's definitely again worthy of a 9 out of 10. Definitely must see, if not must own, but must see. Everybody, please
the judgment on this
check out this film.
Is
Dredd 2012.
Judgment on this is watch it in.
I find you guilty of excellence.
Yes.
The judgment is 8.5, and please, judgment for the audience is watch this movie on Blu-ray and watch it on 4K if you can.
Mm-hmm. Okay, guys. Any last words?
To me, modern life is just tragic. Can't be in love if it's plastic. Wait for the day it comes. You thought it was gold, but it was bronze.
Where is that from?
Where? Yeah, what is
Johnny
that?
Skywalker?
You're supposed to,
Johnny Skywalker?
Yeah. Love this movie. Go watch it, please.
All right, guys. Yep. Execution Call. Watch it or else. Thanks, everyone, for joining, and we'll be back next week with some film that we'll think of at some point in time. Thanks, everyone. See ya.